All these fine girls tryna sex me. Man, I try focus, she no let me. She be in my DM, she dey text me. She dey tempt me, she wanna come over. Say she wanna taste my sugar. Say the man sweet fast forward. And she no want no order, no order. Come over.
Baby, you're so tell me the story that would have never
But
been
I
told.
choose to live. Oh, when I'm empty inside, I cry to rise and flow. I choose to breathe. They call me solo to feel my halo. Hello, why? When they see me in the mall, in the middle of a brawl, they spot me playing ball. Only my name they call. My role at my arrival. Ooh, now I'm on, sit down, Pania. Make you give me company, sit down, Pania. You turn me on, sit down, Pania. Baby, give me company, sit down, Pania. As the thing don't.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, the Z, the E, the X to the ZY, ZeXzy, and this is a Maple Grove Media production. Feels good to be with you guys again on this live stream. What's up? How's everything? How on a day? All my people within Nigeria, how on a day? You know, I'm reaching you from the great New York. So what's up? How's it going? Yeah, always a pleasure to be doing this, and just coming here to say hi to you guys, and yeah, to always let you know that we have great things on the way. The album is still coming, Every Sound, dropping 18th of July. For those of you who have not pre-saved it yet, endeavor to do that. Get the pre-save link, set your calendar. It's the most eclectic album in the world. I can't say that enough. It's the most diverse, the most eclectic, the most melodic, the most transient album you can ever think of. It's a once in a lifetime album. I don't think any musician has ever done this before. I don't know if anyone would ever do it, because ZeXzy is unique. ZeXzy is just ZeXzy, and I just do my thing. I switch my tones. I'm confident doing it, and that's why I do it. I don't do it because I just want to. I do it because it's something that I can do. It's a gift that I have, and yeah, those are some of the things we'll be exploring in our topic for the day, which is how do I get through the tough times. Because I just came back from the park. I usually like to go do like an hour, 30 minutes walk. I just put the steps in and try to stay active after doing some exercise. Take some vitamin D from the sun. I know we don't get as much sun as we get in Nigeria here in the US, but that's why I always make it a point of duty to go out in the sun and just try to get as much sun as I can. So while I was walking, someone asked me, we're talking, and the person asked me, "What do you do?" I told the person I was a musician, and I was like, "Yeah, I know the music industry is very tough. How do you get through the tough times?" The person accidentally has had someone who was into music, and he was so depressed at some point, and he had to go into drugs and do rehab, and it was a very tough one on the family. And she was just saying, like, it's not easy being a creative, especially in the music space that is so competitive, and you have to keep bringing out new stuff. You have to reinvent yourself all the time to stay relevant, because it gets to a point where you keep doing the same thing and people just get tired naturally. If even you as an individual, when you routinely do something, at some point you get tired. And that's why you hear lovers sometimes say you need to spice up the relationship. You need to, go to places you guys haven't been before, and sometimes even maybe go on double dates, um, just to, talk to other people and, hear their own experiences and, just new things to keep the relationship interesting. That is, it's very tough. She understands that it's very tough being a musician, but and that kind of struck me. Like I had to, do some introspection and ask myself how have I been coping. I think I've just been doing it, probably not consciously, um, but I realized that I I always remind myself that I'm just one of a kind. I'm different from everyone else. So my my journey can't be compared to that of any other musician or any other individual. Um, I've had friends who've done some things years ago that I haven't done, but I don't put that pressure on myself. Like, oh, this guy has done this, and he's done this and he's done that. What I do, how I get over those things that could potentially put pressure on me, is that I just learn to accept things the way they are. First of all, I accept myself. I accept my greatness, and I've learned to live with my flaws while actively trying to work on them. So accepting that you have flaws is not it's not you remaining in your flaws. It's you acknowledging that I have these issues, and when you acknowledge them, that's when you can make concrete steps to try to, even if not totally eliminate them, um, reduce them to the barest minimum, where your life can still go on, and it doesn't become such an impeding factor on your growth. So for me, I always remind myself who I am, what I think I am, what I know I am, and it helps me to keep going, because life is very tough. There are people who are going to tell you you're not good enough. We don't think that song is good enough. We don't think you're doing well enough. But the minute you start taking those words in and let them affect you negatively, that's when it starts to take a toll on you. And usually, I've been with so many musicians. That's when people wanna start doing drugs because they need something to take them off uh, that path that negative comment has taken them on. I see some comments as meant to that they are meant to shape me into a better person. So I don't take anything personally. I don't let the a negative comment weigh me down. If not for anything, I can take it constructively and try to pick out what would make me a better person from that comment, and use it. And if I see that it's not there's nothing positive to pick from it, I throw it away. So that's for me. That's how I deal with um, tough times when it comes to my mental state. I just keep reaffirming and reassuring myself that yes, you're the best, you're unique, you don't have to be anyone else. There are folks who still think that, man, you should stick to one genre of music. Why are you jumping from music style to music style, tone to tone, um, genre to genre? In fact, I use the different tones of my voice to do different songs. Sometimes I use my falsetto, I use my head voice, I use the different parts of my voice, and they usually make me sound different on different songs. So it's something that I've found myself doing over the years, and I've discovered that I do it well. So if somebody comes at me saying, "Oh, we don't think you should be doing that, or you should stick to one thing and let people just know you for that thing. I'll be like, well, it's your opinion, but I think this is how music should be. This is how artistry should be defined. You shouldn't be pigeonholed. You should be able to switch personalities in different songs, because when you're doing a melancholic song, you want to be in your feelings. You want to embody the song. There's probably the side of your voice that fits best for that kind of music. If you're doing a happy song, there's probably a genre that's better for that kind of music. There's probably the tone of voice that's better for that kind of music. But what I found musicians always doing is they want to bring maybe a happy personality into a melancholic song. They want to bring the tone they're using for a happy song into a melancholic song. And then at the end of the day, sometimes there is no synergy between the person and the music and the message is trying to pass, and then everything is lost in translation. So for me, accepting yourself, who you are, your limitations, your greatness, and everything that makes you you is the first step to dealing with hard times. See things for what they are, see them for the reality of what it is. Yes, this is it. How do I deal with it? Usually, I don't like people bringing me problems. If you bring me problems, you should come with solutions too. But if you just throw problems at me, I'll find a way to block it, because I don't want to just hear problems. I want to hear problem and solutions. So that I'm constantly in that mind frame of what's the next step, what can be done to rectify. If there's a problem, what can be done to rectify that problem? Not just dwelling in this is it, and then just keep rolling around that point. So accepting the reality has truly helped me. Another thing that helps me in my tough times is just listening to my own music. I mean, sometimes I go from song to song to song. I can go from obsession to government fees to comedy government to leave to throw away, and then in that after playing some songs, I'm telling myself, bro, like you wrote all of these songs, man. You should give yourself your flowers, even if the world doesn't give yourself your flowers. Um, um, give yourself a pat on the back and have a good time with your life. Forget about whatever anybody has to say. This life is yours to live. Live it to the best of your potential. Live it to the best of what you think you can do, and just let it be. So for me, I do a lot of introspection. I give myself positive words of affirmation, and and I it has really helped me to get through tough times. Just looking at my past works and reminding myself of who I really am. This is me. Yes, if I could do all of this, I could do more. And if I have come thus far, then I could do much more, because that thing in me that took me this far can get me to my destination. Music business is tough. It's an expensive, capital intensive business, takes a toll on your mental health, so it's not for the weak. So you have to be on your A game when it comes to the things that you let go through your mind. You have to guide your thoughts, guide your mind, process great things and not the negative ones. So I would tell this to anybody who's out there who's chasing something. Always have good things to tell yourself. Even if the whole world is against you, always tell yourself you're the best. And just looking at great people who have come before me and how they were able to surmount their problems and their challenges, it's also something that I kind of refer to. I look at their documentaries. If there are books on them, I like to read them and remember that, okay, yes, this guy is just like you. He thinks like you, probably writes like you, and he had also similar issues like you do. And this was what he did to surmount those problems. And these were his pitfalls. These were the things. These are the points in his life where he made mistakes. This was what led him down this path. This was what led him down this path. Oh, he was doing too much of this and he was doing too much of that, or he didn't do this. He didn't plan his finances well, or he shouldn't have been here when he should have been here. So I look at those stories, I learn from them, and I actively try to implement the things that I've learned, not just reading or hearing about things, but actively trying to implement those things in my life that will make me a better human being and a better musician. So these are some of the ways I also deal with hard times. Look at references, mentors, and see how they dealt with those times, and then learn better from them. So tough times will come to anybody, but the only people who outlast tough times are tough people. In the world and the system that we live in right now, you can't afford to be weak. You just can't afford to. You have to be strong mentally, physically. So while you're doing your mental exercise, you have to do your physical exercise, and then you have to put in the work into whatever it is that you do, so you stay on top of your game. You can remain the best at what you do, and just keep giving it your all, while you hope for a better day. So hope is good. Then you have to work towards the things that you hope for, so that you can bring them to actuality. So I hope that how I cope with my tough times has been an inspiration and a motivation to someone out there. I encourage you all to always look out for yourself. Take care of yourself, because that's the only way you can take care of others. I personally believe that my destiny in this world is to protect a lot of people from whatever background they're from. But I also understand that to be in a good stead of doing that, I have to take very good care of myself, because you have to be healthy, you have to be of sound mind, you have to be sane, you have to be positively minded to be able to even think of adding value and positive things to other people's lives. So I always endeavor to take care of myself, my sanity, my physical health, everything, just so that I can give my best to others. So I enjoin you to do that too. And not to forget, it's TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. So whatever you're doing today, if you're partying, you're out with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your children, your entire family, do whatever you do responsibly. Don't go over the top. If you have to drink, don't drive. If you have to drive, then don't drink. Okay? Have fun, enjoy your life. We only got one life to live, so live it to the fullest, but be wise about how you do it. Don't forget, July 18th, Every Sound, the greatest album ever, will be dropping. It's going to be on all DSPs. So if you haven't pre-saved it yet, go ahead and pre-save it. Set your calendars. It's going to be a musical journey. You guys are going to be in for a ride of a lifetime. So enjoy yourself. Have a happy weekend. Until I see you guys again, from me and the entire Maple Grove Media team, Maple Grove Entertainment team, Jimmy Thiessen, and everyone down here, I want to wish you guys a happy weekend. Till we see you again, peace. We out.
see me in the mall. In the middle of a... She be calling ZeXzy.